It was early spring. She got on the bus after work, heading home. The weather wasn't warm or pleasant just yet. No snow, but the muddy streets were starting to dry up. On days like this, people tried to spend as much time outdoors as they could, soaking in the first rays of sunshine after a long winter. The bus was nearly empty, with all the seats in the back completely free. She settled into the very last row, tucked herself into the corner seat, and disappeared into her phone and her thoughts. At the next stop, a man sat down across from her, also staring at his phone. He looked to be in his mid-40s and was clearly frustrated. His fancy new gadget wasn't cooperating, and his face showed every bit of his irritation. "Miss, can you help me turn off the alarm?" he suddenly asked. She flinched, startled by the unexpected request. "Me?" she asked, glancing up. "You have the same phone as I do," he explained. "My kids got it for me, but I can't figure it out. It keeps beeping nonstop. Can you turn the alarm off?" He held the phone out to her with a hopeful look. She took it, and with a couple of quick swipes, the problem was solved. "Wow, thank you," the man said, smiling. "Smart and beautiful." That comment rubbed her the wrong way, but he didn't stop. "You're a model, right? You must be. I used to be a photographer, worked abroad for years, but now I'm back in my hometown." "No, I'm not a model," she replied curtly. "Why not?" "You should have tried modeling when you were 20. That's the perfect age," he went on, his eyes scanning her legs, barely covered by her miniskirt, her slender fingers, her blouse, and her delicate face. "Such a gorgeous brunette. Want me to take your picture?" "I'm not interested," Anna replied, burying herself back into her phone. The man pulled out a small notebook, scribbled something quickly, tore out the page, and pressed it into her hand. "This is my stop. Here's my address. Come by if you change your mind," he said with a smirk, and got off the bus. Anna went home, where her boyfriend was already waiting. She told him the whole story, and they both laughed at the oddball photographer. They had dinner and went to bed. That could have been the end of it, if not for one thing. Her boyfriend's birthday was coming up. On top of that, their 3rd anniversary was right around the corner. All week, Anna was trying to come up with the perfect gift. "Serge, would you want to go hiking in the mountains for our anniversary?" she asked one evening. "It's still too cold for camping, and it's too late in the season for snowboarding. The snow's all slush now," he replied. Anna didn't respond and kept flipping through ideas in her head. Just then, Serge spilled some juice. "Can you grab me something to wipe it with?" he asked. Anna reached into her purse and, while digging for napkins, spotted the crumpled slip of paper the photographer had given her. She handed Serge a napkin, and a wild idea crossed her mind. What if I gave him something more personal? Intimate? After all, he did flip through those men's magazines sometimes, drooling over the models. Well, why shouldn't he drool over me instead? The next day, she called in sick and rushed home. She needed to look absolutely stunning. She went all out. Bold makeup, soft curls, a black low-cut blouse, a mini skirt, and thigh highs with a garter belt. She looked at herself in the mirror, and a satisfied smile lit up her face. About an hour later, she was standing outside the apartment building, holding the address from that wrinkled piece of paper. She rang the doorbell and waited. Almost immediately, footsteps echoed behind the door, and then it opened. "Hello," the photographer said with a curious smile. "Hi, you offered me a photo shoot. Is that still on the table?" she asked. "Of course, come in," he said, swinging the door open. Anna stepped into the apartment. It was relatively tidy, though something about it still felt a little off, like chaos hiding just beneath the surface. "Let's go to the living room. That's where I shoot," he said, lightly taking her by the hand and guiding her down the hallway. "So, tell me about the shoot," he added. "Let's skip the formalities. Call me Anna," she said with a faint smile. "Deal. So, what kind of photo shoot are you thinking of?" "My boyfriend's birthday is coming up. I want to give him a special gift." The man raised an eyebrow. "And from the looks of it, you came prepared. You've got great taste. We'll shoot you like a star. I've worked with the most stunning women across Europe." "Stand in front of that white backdrop," he gestured. "I'll get the lighting set up." Anna walked toward the white screen, eyeing the room around her. A camera on a tripod stood in the center, flanked by what looked like lamps or maybe softboxes. She wasn't sure what they were called. On the other side of the room, there was a queen-sized bed. A few chairs and an armchair lined the side walls. It looked like a typical makeshift home studio. "We're going to create the perfect gift for your boyfriend," the photographer said, walking toward the camera. "Sexy, irresistible. Now look at me. Give me that hungry stare." He peered at her through the viewfinder. Anna tried. She bit her lip, widened her eyes, squinted, shifted her stance, but nothing seemed to satisfy him. 20 minutes later, after countless poses and failed attempts, the photographer finally asked, "Coffee or tea?" "Coffee," she muttered, exhausted. "Coming right up," he said, disappearing into the kitchen. Anna wandered toward the mirror and examined the massive camera, buttons everywhere, half of them with no obvious function. She walked a bit farther and collapsed onto the couch. Her gaze landed on the camera and the white backdrop where she'd just spent the last half hour trying to look desirable. The photographer returned, holding 2 mugs of coffee. "Here," he said, handing her one. "Thanks," she replied, offering a tired smile. "To your health," he said cheerfully. Anna took a sip of the coffee and immediately coughed. "What is this?" she asked, frowning. "It tastes weird." "Coffee with cognac," the photographer said casually. "Very popular in Europe. That's the only way people drink it over there." "Not really my thing," Anna muttered, feeling the alcohol burn slightly in her throat. "Drink it while it's hot," he insisted. "Once it cools, it's no good." She took another couple of sips. The cognac flowed down into her empty stomach. She hadn't eaten a thing all day. Skipped breakfast, rushed straight to work, no time for lunch. "Well, what do you think?" "It's different," she said thoughtfully. "Not bad, though. It's a premium roast. A friend brought it to me from Africa," he added, puffing up with pride. He looked ridiculously smug, but somehow in that moment it made her smile. The photographer finished his drink quickly and watched her as she sipped the rest. Something from childhood surfaced in her mind. You have to finish what's in your cup. So she emptied it. A cozy warmth spread through her body. Everything felt easier, softer. She smiled and thanked him for the coffee. "We're sitting so perfectly here on the couch," he said. "Let's shoot you right here. It's glam. It's trendy." Before she could answer, he yanked the couch into a reclined position, doubling its size. With quick, almost rehearsed movements, he repositioned the lights and the camera. And then, the magic began. Compliments rained down on her like confetti. She sat, stood, jumped, lounged, playing with her hair, buttoning and unbuttoning her blouse, biting her lip, smiling, frowning. The warmth from the drink intensified. Her cheeks flushed. Her skin glowed. Then the photographer asked, "Does your boyfriend like photos like these?" "Different ones," she said dreamily. "Sometimes he looks at, those kinds of magazines." "So why not give him something like that?" the man suggested gently. "I can't take off my clothes," Anna said, though her voice lacked conviction. "It just doesn't feel Right. You don't have to undress, he said. We're creating art. What matters is the focus. What focus? She asked, a little confused. Well, think about your sex life. What's it like? I mean, we've been together almost 3 years. I guess we've done most things, she answered, surprising herself with how easily the words came out. The alcohol had loosened her tongue. Her nerves were gone. And just like that, all embarrassment disappeared. But what does he call you? Slut, Anna whispered, her cheeks turning even redder. Do you like it? Usually, depending on my mood. Have you tried a bandage, tying up? Yes, we tried it once. He tied my hands with a scarf. He seemed to like it, but I didn't really care. How is that possible? There are different toys, let me show you. And the photographer went into the kitchen. When he returned, he had a black ball with a clasp and handcuffs in his hands. Here is a ball gag. Let's try it on for you. I'll fasten it now, and you'll lie down on the edge of the sofa and pose for me. What is it for? Now you'll see for yourself. Turn around and open your mouth. The photographer inserted a gag. She turned to the man in bewilderment. Lie down on the edge. He commanded Anna lay on her back and hung her head over the edge of the sofa. The camera flashes, the photographer's praise. Let's hook you to the radiator. Everything will be real. Anna stretched out her hands to the radiator near the edge of the sofa, and handcuffs immediately snapped on her hands. The photographer approached the camera and continued his work. The girl moved her legs, writhed, made erotic grimaces. Now, I will set the automatic photo and help you take the right poses, the photographer said. Having pressed something on the camera, after that the shutter sound became regular without the need to press the button. The man began to move Anya from time to time, going out of frame. To help in one of the following poses, he ran his hand over Anna's legs, lifted her skirt, and his gaze was presented with beautiful lace stockings and a thong. The girl brought her legs together. Don't be shy, I'm thinking of the best way to photograph you. Spread your legs wide, it will make a great shot. Anna tried to object, but the ball in her mouth interfered very much. As a result, only a dissatisfied moan was heard. Everything is fine. You have beautiful lips. Spread your legs. In response, the girl continued to squeeze her legs. The photographer's hand dropped to her stomach and began to move downwards. Anna writhed and moaned in response. Don't be shy, but how can I calm you down? Do you want us both naked? Having said these words, the photographer unbuttoned his belt and fly. The photographer's hand reached Anna's lips. The thong was moved and he got excited. So you like all this, slut? The photographer put the girl's legs on his shoulders and began to move, increasing the speed. He kneaded her breasts with his hands. Anna's sobs became more frequent and longer. The photographer took a deep breath and froze. Anya lay motionless and caught her breath. Her legs slightly ached from fatigue. The man unfastened the handcuffs, got up from the bed and, slightly swaying, walked towards the bathroom. When the door slammed behind him, Anna sat on the edge of the bed and began to gather her disheveled hair. She no longer thought about the fact that she was sitting in front of the camera, which continued to click every second, taking another picture.